as long as this current regime is in place. So give us an idea of overall what you would like to see happen for the betterment of your country.
Well, the key issue is that you are facing with a regime that its DNA simply cannot be on par with the values of freedom, of democracy, of human rights as we wish it as a nation. And that's why the obstacle between us and the free world and rejoining it is a regime that has repressed us from the beginning and continues to bring havoc and terrorism, and we've seen it all these years. So the solution to the problem, to eliminate anything that will be threatening to Iran's national interests as well as world security, and particularly the United States, is for this regime that from its inception has called for America's death. Death to America was the slogan, unlike a nation that actually loves America, a nation that would like to see a fruitful relationship with it. The only country that, when 9/11 happened, stood in sympathy with the victims of that attack by lighting candlelight vigil. What a difference a free Iran would be with this vision of a future with our friends and, of course, the United States, as opposed to this regime. So I think we have to put an end to this regime, which is at its weakest today. It's on the brink of collapse, and this creates a unique opportunity for Iranians to finally deliver themselves and take their country back.
And do you think that most people in Iran are ready for that? Is that where the sentiments of most people who live there right now lie?
Absolutely. I think the Iranian people who have paid a dear price all this time and have suffered a lot under this regime and have very bravely and courageously tried to fight it and have many times been pretty much repressed, see the light at the end of the tunnel. And as I said earlier, this regime right now is on the brink of collapse. And I think people are beginning to think that there's now an opportunity to get this done. Of course, a key element has always been the repressive regime that this regime has had against its own citizenry. And most of its establishment, its security establishment, its element of repression has been practically neutralized right now. And that evens up the playing field. It has never been a question for people to no longer want this regime in their majority. It's now an opportunity that they have where they will face far less resistance or repression by the regime. Not that it's completely eliminated, but it's much, much less than it was before, which is why I think this time they see that they might have a true opportunity to bring about finally this change.
And if